Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine. So what are we talking about today, Marco?
Well, we're talking about one of my favorite topics, which are computers.
Yes, you're a little bit of a nerd.
A little bit. I love computers and technology and everything that's related to it. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Maybe we're buying a new computer.
Well, I anticipate learning something from this because there are a lot of those fancy big words that I don't know that have to do with processors and giga things. So that's going to be coming up in a minute here. But first, let's just jump right in and take a listen to today's dialogue.
So, can you fix it?
I'm sorry, sir. This computer is not broken or damaged. It's simply just too old. That's why your programs and applications are running slow. There really isn't much I can do.
What do you mean? I bought this computer just 3 years ago.
Yes, but technology is ever-changing, and technology is becoming obsolete faster and faster.
Okay, I know where this is going. How much will it cost me to get a new computer?
Well, this desktop over here is our latest model. It has a 4 gigahertz processor with 16 gigabytes in RAM and a hard disk with 1 terabyte. Of course, it includes a mouse, keyboard, and desk speakers.
I have no idea what you are talking about. I just want to know if it's good, and if I'll be able to play solitaire without the computer crashing or freezing all the time.
This PC is top of the line, and I guarantee it will never freeze. If it does, we'll give you your money back.
All right, we're back. I think it's a very typical case. You go in to get something fixed, and they say, we can't fix it. You need a new one.
Yes, and not only a new one, but a bigger and better and faster one.
And more expensive, obviously.
Obviously. It's called the upsell.
The upsell, yeah. All right, so there were some very difficult words, I think, because they're very specific related to technology and computers. So why don't we look at those now in Language Takeaway?
Language takeaway.
All right, so the first word we have today is when something is no longer in use.
Okay, so this word is obsolete.
It's obsolete.
Obsolete. And we're not just talking about like, oh, I haven't touched that pen in like 10 years. We're talking about a piece of technology that is no longer useful because there's something else that can do a better job.
Right. And actually, not only with technology, we also have words that are obsolete, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly. Like thy or thine, you or yours.
Classical English. We don't use thy anymore.
No.
But
thou art very summary today, Marco.
We don't use that anymore. That's obsolete English, right? Or obsolete words.
Exactly. So obsolete means it's no longer of use. We have better and newer things in its place.
All right. And now moving on, when the salesman was describing the characteristics of the computer, he used some prefixes that were a little bit strange, right? Like, for example, giga.
Giga what?
Giga.
All right. So these are actually prefixes that have to do with numbers. And so this is not just a computer thing. This is a math thing or a science thing. So okay, so we've got 3 different prefixes. A prefix is something we tack on at the beginning of a word. So we have hertz or byte, right? These are little bits of a computer, byte.
Right, so you have like megabytes.
Megabytes we've all heard before. That's the smallest here. We've got megabytes, but bigger than mega, we've got gigabytes.
A giga, yeah. So now, for example, the hard drives are 250 gigabytes.
You might even hear someone say gigs. You've got a
Gigs, yeah.
250 gig hard drive.
Yeah.
But what's bigger than giga?
Now it's the terabyte.
Ooh, tera. It sounds like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
Huge.
I actually wondered what would happen after gigabyte, because it's so much information already, and now it's the terabyte. So it's like 1,000 gigabytes.
So that's like 200 movies.
That's probably more than that. It's amazing the amount of
Man.
storage you can have and how small it actually is.
So mega, giga, tera, going
Right.
from littlest to biggest.
All right. And, well, he described a 4 gigahertz processor.
Okay, so the processor is our next word, and this is actually something that that determines how fast your computer is going to run.
So it comes from the word to process, right?
Right.
To like calculate or to think.
Do even. Mhm.
To do. So you have different examples like a word processor.
Right, so it's like Microsoft Word. It allows you to make Word documents.
Mm-hmm.
You can also say to process data. You're trying to calculate it.
But in this case, a processor is like a little brain that's the center of the computer, and that's where all the information gets processed.
Yeah, so it's the brain of the computer, essentially. And the bigger it is, the faster it can go.
Exactly. And, well, if you don't have a very good processor, your computer is bound to freeze.
Ooh, okay, so freezing is another key word, especially when talking about computers. This one drives me nuts. To freeze, it means to stop moving.
Right.
Right? So, it has a couple different meanings. You might have heard it about ice before, but to freeze here, we're talking about stopping moving. So we have a game called freeze tag, where if I touch you, you have to stop running.
Right.
But here we're talking about a computer freezing. I'm moving my mouse and I'm typing, and all of a sudden,
It doesn't work
my
anymore.
mouse doesn't move. I can't close or open or do anything, and it's really frustrating.
It's especially if you're doing something and you didn't save your work, it's gone. Right? So if your computer freezes, then usually you have to restart it or turn it off and on.
So that is about it for those words, but let's take another listen and slow the dialogue down this time so you can catch some of those big words.
So, can you fix it?
I'm sorry, sir. This computer is not broken or damaged. It's simply just too old. That's why your programs and applications are running slow. There really isn't much I can do.
What do you mean? I bought this computer just 3 years ago.
Yes, but technology is ever-changing, and technology is becoming obsolete faster and faster.
Okay, I know where this is going. How much will it cost me to get a new computer?
Well, this desktop over here is our latest model. It has a 4 gigahertz processor with 16 gigabytes in RAM and a hard disk with 1 terabyte. Of course, it includes a mouse, keyboard, and desk speakers.
I have no idea what you are talking about. I just want to know if it's good, and if I'll be able to play solitaire without the computer crashing or freezing all the time.
This PC is top of the line, and I guarantee it will never freeze. If it does, we'll give you your money back.
Great, so we are back. So now let's jump into today's Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
All right, so on Fluency Builder, we're going to take a look at 3 different phrases. For example, the salesman was describing technology and said that it's ever-changing.
Okay, so this is almost a little poetic line here. So ever-changing means always changing.
Always.
Always changing. And so we can say that the ocean is ever-changing. You know, the waves are always changing. But in this case, he's saying that technology is always changing. It's always progressing into something new. And so
exactly.
That is a key selling point for this guy.
Right. So this is actually a very interesting word. We can use it like in your example, beyond technology, like the way, like the sea is ever changing. So why don't we listen to a couple of other examples?
Example 1.
There's always something new in this ever-changing world.
Example 2.
Times are ever changing, and we must prepare ourselves better every day.
Example 3.
The flu is an ever-changing virus that continues to claim many lives.
All right, we're back. So now we understand the ever-changing.
So the man who's trying to buy this computer, or at least get his computer fixed, really starts to get frustrated with the salesman. And he says, okay, I know where this is going. So he hears the sales pitch. He hears this guy trying to loosen him up a little bit. He says, I know where this is going. So what does this mean, this where something is going?
So basically what direction a conversation or a topic or a situation is taking.
Okay, so he's saying, I know why you're telling me these
Right.
things. I know your motive.
Or I know what's happening. I know what you're going to say.
Okay, so he's essentially saying, I know you're going to try and sell me a computer.
Right.
All
So you can use it in other circumstances, right? For example, a relationship.
I don't know where this is going.
Right. What is going?
Classic breakup line. I just don't think I know where this is going anymore.
So in reference to the relationship, right?
Yeah,
We
so-
don't know what's happening. Are we serious? Are we maybe going to get married? I don't know anymore.
I can't tell where this movie is going. It's so like, here and there and boring.
Yeah, you
and-
don't know the plot.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a very common phrase, and it sounds very natural when you say it, right?
It does. And that's why it's Fluency Builder really helps you sound like a more native English speaker when you use these kind of phrases.
And the next one is also very, very good when he describes the condition of the computer. He says it's top of the line.
Top of the line. Now, what line we're talking about, I do not know, but this is
above average line.
right. So this is the best of the best. This is the top model or the top computer. And you can definitely imagine a car salesman using this.
Yeah.
Yes, this BMW is top of the line. It's the best money can buy.
Yeah, that's another good one. So basically, top of the line is the best of the best, the above average, right?
More than above average. It's the best you can do. And
The
so
best you can
the
buy.
guy is saying, listen, this is our best computer. Really, you should buy it. And obviously, top of the line usually costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it's usually for something that costs money, right? For things. You wouldn't really use it for a person, right? He's top of the line.
No. Top of the line, I think, generally refers to electronics and cars
Yeah.
or like motorcycles. And so you often hear top of the line stereo, top of the line TV, top of the line car. But you wouldn't say this about food or
Yeah.
people or art.
Yeah, you wouldn't say this painting is top of the line.
Nah, no, not about like very unique things. You'd say
Right.
this about kind of manufactured things.
Very good. So we've taken a look at a lot of great phrases. Why don't we listen to our dialogue for the last time, and then we'll come back.
So, can you fix it?
I'm sorry, sir. This computer is not broken or damaged. It's simply just too old. That's why your programs and applications are running slow. There really isn't much I can do.
What do you mean? I bought this computer just 3 years ago.
Yes, but technology is ever changing and technology is becoming obsolete faster and faster.
Okay, I know where this is going. How much will it cost me to get a new computer?
Well, this desktop over here is our latest model. It has a 4 gigahertz processor with 16 gigabytes in RAM and a hard disk with 1 terabyte. Of course, it includes a mouse, keyboard, and desk speakers.
I have no idea what you are talking about. I just want to know if it's good, and if I'll be able to play solitaire without the computer crashing or freezing all the time.
This PC is top of the line, and I guarantee it will never freeze. If it does, we'll give you your money back.
All right, we're back. So computers. Catherine, I know you recently got a nice Macintosh.
Yeah, I did.
It's one of those big screen ones, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a desktop, right? So it's not a laptop. And it's got a very fast processor because Macs started using Intel processors a couple of years ago, and that made them much faster.
Wow, and this processor actually has 2 cores, right? So basically it has 2 different brains almost within one processor.
Which gives it really bad headaches. She complains to me often.
Are you a big Mac fan or PC fan?
I'm a Mac fan.
Really?
I've been converted. My roommate in college, my sophomore year, had a Mac, and ever since then, I've really gotten into them. So,
Really?
yeah, I went Mac and didn't turn back.
I still honestly cannot really use a Mac. I get confused. I'm looking for the start button, and I'm looking for where my documents are.
It's really hard to change over. Right?
Yeah.
But once you do, you don't want to change back because everything is so much easier on a Mac.
Really?
But if you're really into PC gaming, then you should probably stick with the PCs because the games just don't really compare on Macs.
But I've heard that also Macs don't really suffer from viruses, right?
No, they don't, which is great because I always used to get these viruses that would slow down my computer because, you open some email and all of a sudden there's nastiness on your desktop. Well, now I don't really have that problem. And also there's really wonderful photo editing software and video editing software.
Right.
So everything's just really easy to find and easy to use.
What about you, listeners? Do you prefer the Mac? Do you prefer the PC? Or maybe some of our listeners don't really even like computers?
Well, let us know either way. We're very curious to hear what you have to say. And of course, writing on our comment section is great practice for your English.
Right. So we'll see you guys there. And until next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Always becoming different.
Ever changing.
A written promise that a seller will repair a product if a problem arises.
Warranty.
No longer useful.
Obsolete.
A portable computer.
Laptop.
The direction of an event.
Where something is going.
To change into a more advanced state.
Evolve.
To be completely unaware of something.
I have no idea.
A device that allows computers to communicate without wires.
Wireless modem.
To suddenly stop functioning.
Freeze.
A system for communicating between computers.
Network.
A computer application.
Program.
Unit to measure a computer's storage capacity.
Gigabyte.
Part of computer that temporarily stores information.
Random access memory.
Part of computer that stores data.
Hard disk.
Measurement of computer processor speed.
Gigahertz.
Device in a computer that manages operations.
Processor.
To suddenly stop functioning.
Crash.
To make a written promise.
Guarantee.
Let's try that faster. A computer application.
Program.
Measurement of computer processor speed.
Gigahertz.
The direction of an event.
Where something is going.
Unit to measure a computer's storage capacity.
Gigabyte.
No longer useful.
Obsolete.
Device in a computer that manages operations.
Processor.
Always becoming different.
Ever-changing.
A device that allows computers to communicate without wires.
Wireless modem.
A written promise that a seller will repair a product if a problem arises.
Warranty.
Part of computer that stores data.
Hard disk.
To suddenly stop functioning.
Crash.
To make a written promise.
Guarantee.
Part of computer that temporarily stores information.
Random access memory.
To suddenly stop functioning.
Freeze.
A portable computer.
Laptop.
To change into a more advanced state.
Evolve.
A system for communicating between computers.
Network.
To be completely unaware of something.
I have no idea.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Ever-changing. There is always something new in this ever-changing world. Ever-changing. Times are ever-changing, and we must prepare ourselves better every day. Ever-changing. The The flu is an ever-changing virus that continues to claim many lives. Obsolete. This fleet of battleships from World War II is completely obsolete. Obsolete. Broom is an obsolete word that means mist or fog. Obsolete. A VHS is a device that is practically obsolete nowadays. Who buys tapes anymore? Where something is going. We fight every day. I don't know where this relationship is going. Where something is going. Where is this movie going? I don't understand what's happening. Where something is going. You want to do what? Where are you going with this conversation? I have no idea. I can't find my keys. I have no idea where I put them. I have no idea. I have no idea where Tom went. Maybe he's in the bathroom? I have no idea. You have no idea how embarrassed I was. I mean, I accidentally burped while presenting my project to the board of directors. Freeze. If your computer freezes, you'll have to shut it down. Freeze. Something is wrong with my mobile phone. It keeps freezing. Freeze. The files are not ready yet because my computer froze last night.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And where are we going today, Erica?
To the pharmacy.
All right, to the pharmacy or drugstore?
Yes.
Or also in British English, sometimes people will say the chemist.
That's right.
So as you know, at the pharmacy you get medicine, but there are certain vocabulary words that are related to this place that we need to learn.
That's right. So we're going to learn some vocabulary about medicine and also some interesting phrases.
So before we listen to the dialogue, let's take a look at vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
We're going to look at 2 words today that you'll hear in the dialogue. And the first one, milligrams.
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 Also, the abbreviation for this is mg.
That's right.
Okay, so a milligram is
1/100th of a gram. So there are 100 milligrams in a gram.
exactly, and it's very common to be used with medicine, right?
Exactly.
We buy medicine in milligrams. Mm-hmm. Okay, and what's our next word?
Price check.
A price check.
A price check.
Okay, so at the pharmacy or at the supermarket, sometimes the cashier will ask for a price check.
And that is the action of checking to find out the price.
Okay, so a price check. With this, I think we're ready now to listen to our dialogue for the first time. And let's see what our shopper is buying at the pharmacy.
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Yes, I need this prescription, please.
Let's see. Okay, so 50 milligrams of Prozac. Would you prefer this in capsule or tablet?
Capsules are fine.
Okay. You should take 1 capsule 3 times a day. Be sure not to take it on an empty stomach, and also don't ever mix it with alcohol.
Yes, I know. It's not the first time I'm taking this. Don't worry, I won't overdose.
Okay. Anything else I can get you?
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. Can I also get some eye drops and some condoms?
Sure. Darn, condoms aren't registered in our system.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'll get some later, thanks. Really, it's no problem.
Just hang on there a sec. Can I get a price check on Fun Times ribbed condoms, please?
Oh no, how embarrassing.
A little bit embarrassing that she asked for a price check on these condoms, right?
Yeah, but you know what? It seems like every time you have to buy something embarrassing at the pharmacy, there's a million people watching you.
Yeah. It never fails.
Yep.
Well, let's take a look at some of those words that we were talking about related to medicine in language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, well, the first word, a prescription.
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 All right, so what is a prescription?
Well, a prescription is a note from your doctor explaining what medicine you need.
So this note from your doctor is necessary to buy that medicine, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Prescription. Well, this shopper was getting some medicine and, well, the chemist or the pharmacist asked if he wanted it in capsules or tablets.
So let's look at those two words. A capsule.
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 Now, a capsule is like a small tube, right?
Yeah, it's a form of a pill. And it's shaped like a tube with the medicine inside.
And it's covered in plastic, right?
Exactly.
Now, you swallow the capsule.
Yep.
And the tablet
is like a pill that is round and flat.
Okay, so tablet and capsule, both are the same thing basically, but just different presentations.
Different shapes.
Different shapes.
Yeah.
It's easier maybe for some people to swallow a capsule.
You think so?
I don't know, I think so.
Well,
because sometimes tablets are a little bit like big circles and it's hard to swallow.
Yeah, and I guess capsules are smoother.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're not pharmacists, so let's move on and focus on the language, which is what we do know about. So the pharmacist warned the patient not to take too much medicine, right? Mm-hmm. Because he might overdose.
Overdose. Okay, so to overdose, like you said,
is to take too much medicine and get really sick or even die.
So if you overdose on medicine, it could be bad for you instead of good.
Well, obviously very bad.
And what about our last word for today?
Well, the shopper also asked for some eye drops.
Eye drops.
Eye drops.
So this is medicine for your eyes.
Yeah, usually liquid, like water that you put in your eyes.
Okay. So I think now with this medicine language clear, we can listen to our dialogue again, but it's going to be slowed down a little bit.
That'll help us understand these phrases just a little bit better.
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Yes, I need this prescription, please.
Let's see. Okay, so 50 milligrams of Prozac. Would you prefer this in capsule or tablet?
Capsules are fine.
Okay, you should take one capsule 3 times a day. Be sure not to take it on an empty stomach. And also, don't ever mix it with alcohol.
Yes, I know. It's not the first time I'm taking this. Don't worry. I won't overdose.
Okay. Anything else I can get you?
Oh, yes. I almost forgot. Can I get some eye drops and, some condoms?
Sure. Darn condoms aren't registered in our system.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'll get some later, thanks. Really, it's no problem.
Just hang on there a sec. Can I get a price check on Fun Times ribbed condoms, please?
Okay, so now it's time for us to take a look at some of the phrases that we saw in this dialogue in putting it together.
Putting it together.
We're going to look at 2 phrases here, and we're going to see how we can use them in different situations. The pharmacist warned, be sure not to take it on an empty stomach.
Okay, so be sure not to.
Be sure not to.
So what does he mean by this?
He just means don't do this.
Okay.
So don't take the medicine without eating.
We can mix it up a little bit. Why don't we listen to some examples of how we can use this in different situations?
Hi, I'm looking for something to help with a headache.
We have a few options. Do you prefer tablets or capsules?
Tablets, please.
Here you go. Be sure not to take more than 2 tablets every 4 hours.
Got it. Can I use this with my allergy medicine?
Yes, but be sure not to take both at the same time. Space them out by at least an hour.
That makes sense. I also need something for my dry eyes.
We have these eye drops. Be sure not to share them with anyone else.
Okay. Thanks for the warning.
And be sure not to touch the tip of the bottle to your eye when applying the drops.
Why is that?
It can contaminate the drops and cause an infection.
I see. Thanks for the advice.
You're welcome. Just be sure not to use the eye drops more than 4 times a day.
I'll keep that in mind. Anything else I should know?
Yes, be sure not to mix up the instructions for the tablets and the eye drops. Follow each carefully.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
So Marco, why should we say be sure not to instead of don't?
I think don't sounds more like an order.
Okay.
Very direct. Maybe be sure not to is a little bit softer, a little bit more friendly. So be sure not to. Now, for our last phrase. So the pharmacist, in the end, wanted to check for the price, and he said, just hang on there a sec.
So that's interesting. Hang on.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Well, hang on. What does he mean by hang on?
He means wait.
Wait. It's an informal way of saying wait.
Exactly. It's also a little bit more friendly than just saying wait.
Right, exactly. And we can change the time a little bit, right?
Yeah, so you can say hang on a second.
Or hang on a moment.
Hang on a minute.
All right.
What about hang on an hour?
Well, maybe if you're telling someone to wait for an hour, just hang on there for an hour. I'll be there soon.
Yeah, but I guess it's more common hang on a minute, hey?
Right, maybe for shorter periods of time. Okay, so with these phrases, I think now we can use them in different circumstances, obviously not only in the pharmacy.
Yep.
And, well, let's listen to our dialogue for the last time.
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Yes, I need this prescription, please.
Let's see. Okay, so 50 milligrams of Prozac. Would you prefer this in capsule or tablet?
Capsules are fine.
Okay. You should take 1 capsule 3 times a day. Be sure not to take it on an empty stomach, and also don't ever mix it with alcohol.
Yes, I know. It's not the first time I'm taking this. Don't worry, I won't overdose.
Okay. Anything else I can get you?
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. Can I also get some eye drops and some condoms?
Sure. Darn, condoms aren't registered in our system.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'll get some later, thanks. Really, it's no problem.
Just hang on there a sec. Can I get a price check on Fun Times ribbed condoms, please?
Okay, so with medicine, an interesting thing comes up, right?
That's right. A lot of people think that you eat medicine.
Okay, or drink medicine?
Yeah, but in English, you always take medicine.
Always take medicine.
Yeah, so you never can say, oh, I ate my medicine yesterday. It always has to be, I took my medicine.
Okay, so you take the capsules.
Exactly, or take the tablets.
All right. So you take medicine. Now, an interesting thing in the United States, for example, it's very hard to get medicine without a prescription.
That's right. So we always talk about prescription medicine and OTC medicine, or over-the-counter medicine.
So over-the-counter medicine is
medicine you can just buy without that prescription or note from your doctor.
Okay, so for example, if you have a headache, you can go to the pharmacy and buy aspirin.
Yeah, and that's over-the-counter medicine.
But prescription medicine, you can't get it without the doctor's note.
Yes, and like you said, in America, you almost have to have a prescription for everything.
Which is strange because people can overdose on aspirin. So tell us how medicine and pharmacies work in your countries.
Hi. Can you help me with a few things?
Sure. What do you need?
I need pain relievers. What's available?
We have capsules and tablets. Do you prefer one?
Tablets, I think.
Okay. How strong do you need them?
What's the standard dose?
Usually 500 milligrams per tablet.
Is that safe for headaches?
Yes, but be sure not to take more than 2 every 6 hours.
Got it. How much is a bottle?
Hang on, I'll do a price check.
Thanks.
It's $8.99 for 100 tablets.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Anything else?
Yes, eye drops for dry eyes.
Over the counter or prescription?
Over the counter.
Here's a good one.
How often can I use it?
Be sure not to use it more than 4 times a day.
Okay. Anything else to know?
Yes, don't touch the bottle tip to your eye.
Why not?
It could contaminate the drops.
Makes sense. I'll take it.
Anything more?
What happens if I overdose on medicine?
It can cause serious problems. Seek help immediately.
That's good advice.
Always follow the instructions to avoid issues.
Got it. Thanks for explaining.
You're welcome. Anything else today?
No, that's it. Thanks again.
Take care and follow the directions.
Will do. Bye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. A list of drugs written by a doctor.
Prescription.
A unit for measuring weight.
Milligram.
Drug contained in a plastic container.
Capsule.
Drug formed in round, hard shape.
Tablet.
Take more drugs than suggested.
Overdose.
Liquid used to drop into eyes to treat eye diseases.
Eye drop.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Type in the number of something to check its price.
Get a price check.
A device made of a hollow tube and a needle that is used to force fluids into or take fluids out of the body.
Syringe.
A usually sweet liquid that contains medicine used to stop coughing, called also cough medicine.
Cough syrup.
A covering, such as a strip of cloth, that protects or supports part of the body that has been hurt.
Bandage.
A liquid that is used to make things lighter in color or to kill bacteria.
Hydrogen peroxide.
A smooth substance that is rubbed on the skin to help heal a wound or to reduce pain or discomfort.
Ointment.
Let's try that faster. Drug contained in a plastic container.
Capsule.
Drug formed in round, hard shape.
Tablet.
Take more drugs than suggested.
Overdose.
Liquid used to drop into eyes to treat eye diseases.
Eye drop.
A device made of a hollow tube and a needle that is used to force fluids into or take fluids out of the body.
Syringe.
A liquid that is used to make things lighter in color or to kill bacteria.
Hydrogen peroxide.
A covering, such as a strip of cloth, that protects or supports part of the body that has been hurt.
Bandage.
Type in the number of something to check its price.
Get a price check.
A list of drugs written by a doctor.
Prescription.
A unit for measuring weight.
Milligram.
A usually sweet liquid that contains medicine used to stop coughing, called also cough medicine.
Cough syrup.
A smooth substance that is rubbed on the skin to help heal a wound or to reduce pain or discomfort.
Ointment.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Prescription.
In order to buy medicine in the US, you need to bring your doctor's prescription.
Prescription.
I lost my prescription and I don't remember what medicine I had to buy.
Prescription.
Valium is medicine that you can only buy with a prescription.
Tablet.
Children should only take half a tablet of cold medicine.
Tablet.
I find it hard to swallow tablets. They are just too big.
Tablet.
I had a box full of medicine tablets, but I don't know where I left it.
Overdose.
My dog accidentally swallowed some aspirins and almost overdosed.
Overdose.
A lot of famous movie stars have accidentally overdosed on drugs and died.
Overdose.
You must follow your doctor's instructions when taking medicine, otherwise you might overdose.
Eye drop.
Your eyes are really red. You should get some eye drops.
Eye drop.
When I wear contact lens, I have to use these eye drops or else my eyes get irritated.
Eye drop.
Susan got pink eye, so her doctor prescribed some eye drops and told her not to touch her eyes. Some new merchandise arrived today, so we need to run a price check on each item. This item doesn't have a price on it. Can you run a price check to make sure we sell it here? That store always has to run a price check on new items since they don't have a modern pricing system. Welcome back, English learners. My name is Marco, and I'm joined here by the lovely
Erica.
And today we're going to be bringing you another great lesson, one of the lessons that you requested.
Yes, that's right. Actually, Maxim S requested this one.
Right. I think he's really into research and investigation, so we're bringing you a great lesson about this topic.
Okay, so I'm really excited to hear this dialogue all about research. So why don't we start listening to two university professors discussing an important question.
We've been over this 1,000 times. The data is irrefutable. Look, we've done extensive research, built studies, and read the literature, and there is conclusive evidence to support my theory.
Horowitz, I beg to differ. Even in your most recent study, the investigative approach was flawed. You know as well as I do, the collection of data was not systematic, and there's a large margin of error. To draw a definitive conclusion based on that data would be misleading.
That is preposterous.
You are trying to single-handedly solve one of the world's greatest mysteries, and yet you're oblivious to the fact that you're wrong.
I am not wrong. The chicken came first.
No! The egg came first!
The chicken.
Egg!
The chicken.
The egg!
The chicken.
The egg!
All right, so interesting. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
It's an age-old question, isn't it?
And apparently, they are not going to agree anytime soon.
All right, well, what they can agree about is this awesome language. So why don't we take a look at it now in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, on Language Takeaway today, we have some really great words, and this first one is really good. Irrefutable.
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 The data is irrefutable.
Okay, so if the professor says that the data is irrefutable, what does he mean by that?
He's saying that you cannot deny it. It is really, really true.
It is really true. There is no way this is a lie.
Exactly.
Okay. Irrefutable evidence, for example.
Yeah, that's a great phrase. All right, so the professor complained that Dr. Horowitz's experiment was flawed.
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 So, flawed. Is that an adjective, a verb, or a noun?
It is an adjective here. Now, when something is flawed, there is a problem with it, right?
Okay,
There's
so
a
it has
mistake.
an error.
Yep.
Okay. So this adjective is a way of saying that his experiment has a flaw.
A mistake.
A
Exactly.
mistake. So flawed is the adjective of a flaw.
Right.
Okay.
Now, the reason that his study or his experiment was flawed is because that it was not systematic.
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 So, systematic. That's an interesting word.
Now, I think we can recognize the word system in here, right?
Right.
So when something is systematic, it follows a process.
A certain order.
Yes, a certain system.
Right. So that's basically what systematic means, to follow a certain order, to be more organized, right?
Exactly, yep.
Okay. And what about our next word?
Preposterous.
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 That is preposterous.
I love this phrase.
It usually goes together, right? That is preposterous.
Yep.
Okay, so what does it mean when I say that?
It means it's absurd. It's ridiculous.
Right. It doesn't make sense. I can't believe you said that.
All right. Well, this is a really interesting phrase, but I think it's a little bit more common when it's used by older people.
Yeah, I don't really see a young person going up to someone and say, "Hey, that's preposterous."
Yeah, but it is a wonderful phrase. Now, our final phrase for takeaway. Oblivious.
Oblivious.
You're oblivious to the fact.
So a person that is oblivious to something.
They don't know, or they're unaware.
Okay, so they ignore maybe the facts, or
exactly.
They don't see it.
Yeah. You're oblivious to the fact that we're in a recession.
Okay, or he is completely oblivious. You can just say it like that, right?
Yep, he doesn't know.
Okay, so we took a look at some of the great vocabulary we found in the dialogue, but there were also some really good phrases that I think we should look at.
Okay, and let's take a look at those and putting it together.
Putting it together.
You know, Marco, one of the things I love about English is the way that words seem to fit together, like blocks coming together. And here we have a lot of great examples of these words that fit together really nicely. Okay, so why don't we look at those? And our first one now is extensive research.
Extensive research.
Extensive research.
All right, so we know extensive means...
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
So that's really good when you put it together. Extensive research. It means you have...
A lot of research.
You have really studied. You have really looked things up. Okay, extensive research.
Another great research-related phrase here is conclusive evidence.
Conclusive evidence.
Conclusive evidence.
All right, now, the first word there, conclusive.
When something is conclusive, you can't argue with it. It's the final decision. All right, well... The professor complained that Horowitz's investigative approach was flawed, right? So this is our next phrase, investigative approach.
Investigative approach.
Investigative approach.
Okay, so I remember the word investigate is a verb.
Yes.
But in this case, it's an
adjective.
It's an adjective.
When something is investigative, it's obviously having to do with...
an investigation. So the approach or So when he said investigative approach.
Just simply the way you investigate the problem.
The way he investigated. Okay. Very interesting. What about this other phrase that I saw? It was really interesting. Definitive conclusion.
Definitive conclusion.
So a definitive conclusion.
All right. Well, again, I think we know the word conclusion, right?
Okay.
So it's a final judgment or decision.
All right.
When something is definitive, you can't argue with it or change it.
Okay. So the conclusion or the final result is final. Like there is no way of arguing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Definitive conclusion.
This is some great language. So why don't we listen to it one more time in the dialogue?
We've been over this 1,000 times. The data is irrefutable. Look, we've done extensive research, built studies, and read the literature, and there is conclusive evidence to support my theory.
Horowitz, I beg to differ. Even in your most recent study, the investigative approach was flawed. You know as well as I do, the collection of data was not systematic, and there's a large margin of error. To draw a definitive conclusion based on that data would be misleading.
That is preposterous.
You are trying to single-handedly solve one of the world's greatest mysteries, and yet you're oblivious to the fact that you're wrong.
I am not wrong. The chicken came first.
No! The egg came first!
The chicken.
Egg!
The chicken.
The egg!
The chicken.
The egg!
So, an interesting question. What do you think? What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, if you ask me, it was the egg.
It was the egg?
Yeah.
Interesting. What about why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
Do you think that's really the reason?
Well, there's a million different reasons, but this is great. I'm glad you brought that up because this is like the classic English joke.
The classic English joke, right? Why did the chicken cross the road? And the answer is always...
Well, there are a million answers. So, do you guys know any chicken jokes?
Yeah, why don't you come to our website, englishpod.com, and on the comments section, why don't you leave us your thoughts on what came first, the chicken or the egg, and why do you think the chicken crossed the road?
All right, well, we really look forward to hearing your ideas, and Marco and I will be around to answer your questions. So, I think we're out of time for today, but thanks for listening, and...
We'll see you there. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Correct. Not able to be proved wrong.
Irrefutable.
Very full and complete study to find information.
Extensive research.
Using a careful system or method.
Systematic.
Having errors or mistake.
Flawed.
Crazy, foolish, or silly.
Preposterous.
Unaware or don't know.
Oblivious to.
Way of looking for information.
Investigative approach.
Do something on your own, without help.
Single-handedly.
A final judgment that is not able to be changed. That is final.
Definitive conclusion.
Find out if something is true.
Determine.
Show something to be true.
Indicate.
An argument that is capable of making people believe that point of view.
A compelling case.
A collection of facts that implies or suggests something to be true, but does not prove it.
Circumstantial evidence.
Linked or connected with.
Associated with.
Let's try that faster.
Unaware or don't know.
Oblivious to.
Having errors or mistake.
Flawed.
Find out if something is true.
Determine.
Correct. Not able to be proved wrong.
Irrefutable.
A collection of facts that implies or suggests something to be true, but does not prove it.
Circumstantial evidence.
Way of looking for information.
Investigative approach.
A final judgment that is not able to be changed. That is final.
Definitive conclusion.
Very full and complete study to find information.
Extensive research.
Linked or connected with.
Associated with.
Show something to be true.
Indicate.
Using a careful system or method.
Systematic.
Crazy, foolish, or silly.
Preposterous.
An argument that is capable of making people believe that point of view.
A compelling case.
Do something on your own, without help.
Single-handedly.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Irrefutable. Look, we have irrefutable evidence that he was the killer. Irrefutable. The facts are irrefutable. Smoking has a negative impact on your health. Irrefutable. The irrefutable truth is that there is a monster living in Lake Erie. Systematic. We need to approach this problem in a systematic way. Systematic. We did a systematic evaluation of the evidence. Systematic. He's a very systematic guy. He's very careful with his work. Neil is oblivious to what's going on around him. Are you oblivious to the truth? I was oblivious to the fact that there was a virus on my computer. Definitive conclusion. We have not come to any definitive conclusions yet. Definitive conclusion. Before you make a definitive conclusion, make sure you examine all the evidence. Definitive conclusion. The researchers failed to arrive at any definitive conclusions. We studied the problem carefully, and we found conclusive evidence of global warming. There's no conclusive evidence that links Diet Coke to health problems. There is conclusive evidence showing that smokers die younger.